Hi, I'm Roger Moore, and this is Ask Roger at Hypnosis Health Info. This week's Ask Roger question is, why do you recommend a low-fat diet? Now, folks, this is a question that I'm frequently asked, and it happened again this morning at the gym. And actually, I rarely use the term low-fat. I talk a lot about plant-based lifestyle and about evidence-based nutrition. But most of the time when I'm asked the question, people use low fat. The media and many popular fad diets will sell you on the notion that the low-fat diet is old news. And years ago, when there was a low-fat marketing craze, the store shelves were filled with low-fat junk foods. And guess what? People gained weight. Yeah, it's amazing just how many calories of no-fat ice cream one can consume. Now, that's not at all in line with what I talk about. The information that I share is that the evidence that a whole food, plant-based lifestyle is the healthiest way for people to live. Plant-based foods are naturally low in fat. They do have the healthy fats that you need, and they are complete proteins. And as long as you're consuming your required daily calories, you'll get all the protein you need from whole grains, vegetables, and fruit. Now, let's be clear. I am not a dietitian. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a medical doctor. But I have studied nutrition for the past 20 years. I have several nutrition certifications. But I really rely on the compelling evidence that's been developed over the last 100 years that support low-fat plant-based nutrition. It was in 2013 that Kaiser Permanente recommended to its 15,000 doctors to recommend a plant-based diet to all patients. That's all patients, especially those with high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or obesity. And the research for a plant-based lifestyle is very persuasive. Dr. Nathan Pritikin, Dr. John McDougall, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. Garth Davis, Dr. Dean Ornish, T. Colin Campbell, Jeff Novick, and many more leading health and nutrition experts espouse the virtues of a low-fat plant-based diet. Now, recently I came across an excellent post from Plant-Based Health Australia. It's one of the many excellent resources that are available to you and to learn about the truth about healthy nutrition. And they recently had a post, why do you recommend a low-fat diet? And in their post, they actually listed 15 reasons. I'm not going to mention all of them. I'm only going to mention about 6 of them. But I do urge you to read the full post. It's a great read. And in the blog post that accompanies this video, I'll have the link to that post. But here's what they said. All lean, healthy populations that were free of heart disease and other Western diseases have had diets based on low-fat, starchy, staple foods such as rice, wheat, beans, corn, and potatoes. While modest quantities of olive oil were used by some Mediterranean cultures, their overall diet was largely based on grains and legumes, leaving us with no observations of the health effects of a diet based on high-fat plant foods. The randomized control trials and intervention programs that have had the most remarkable results in treating heart disease, which was Pritikin and Ornish and Esselstyn, and then diabetes, Dr. Neil Bernard, and then other Western diseases have all used low-fat, high-carbohydrate, plant-based diets. The plant-based nutrition experts with the most knowledge and experience, with few exceptions, advocate a diet based on whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and fruits, and which is a low-fat plant, or which are low-fat plant foods. A low-fat, whole foods, plant-based diet reduces body fat, without food rationing. Starchy plant foods generally have a lower calorie density than high-fat plants, and metabolic process of converting excess carbohydrate to body fat is simply inefficient. High intakes of dietary fat, particularly saturated fats, leads to fat accumulation in the muscle cells and liver cells, resulting in insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Now, there are so many reasons why I recommend a plant-based lifestyle, and these 6 are just a few of them. And I've taught day-long plant-based classes, so I could talk more about this for hours. So you can anticipate more Ask Roger posts on plant-based nutrition in the future. But in the meantime, what I'd urge you to do is, here in the site of Hypnosis Health Info, or the post that you're reading here, is a search box. And you'll find posts dating back to 2007 that are all about the weight loss and health benefits of plant-based food. So just type plant-based or plant-based food, or even just the word plant in that search box, and you're going to get plenty of reading. Now, if you think that you're bored with vegetables, the Slender for Life recipe library has more than 30,000 healthy and really delicious recipes for you. And if after you've tried them all and you still want to tell me that you're bored, well, then we'll talk. But I think you're going to find, even for the most harshest skeptic about being bored with only plant-based foods without having meat or dairy, I think you're going to find that there's some pretty amazing recipes there, and it'll take you a lifetime to go through them all. And if you're telling yourself, well, you just don't like vegetables or whole grains or even fruit, well, I can easily teach you self-hypnosis so that you can change that. So what I urge you to do is to love your body with plant-based foods. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Ask Roger at Hypnosis Health Info.